Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Toronto Police Headquarters. Today, Detective Sergeant Alan Bartlett from the Homicide and Missing Persons Unit will be providing an update on the homicide investigation of 43-year-old Paulin Harusha that occurred on Saturday, September 13th. Following his remarks, Detective Sergeant Bartlett will take questions from the media. Detective Sergeant.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm here today to provide an update on the homicide of 43-year-old Paulin Harusha that took place on Saturday, September 13th. On that day, as you know, police responded to a call for a shooting in the Victoria Park Avenue and Shepherd Avenue East area. When officers arrived, they located a male victim inside a vehicle suffering from critical injuries. Sadly, the victim was pronounced deceased on the scene. The information that we had was that multiple shots had been fired and a vehicle was seen fleeing at a high rate of speed. In the days since, our investigators at the Homicide and Missing Persons Unit have worked diligently to piece together the sequence of events leading up to Mr. Harusha's murder and to identify a suspect. Today, I'm able to share that we have identified a suspect we believe responsible for his murder. Milad Taran, 34 years of age, of Toronto, is now wanted for first-degree murder on a Canada-wide warrant. To Milad Taran, I have a message for you. Seek counsel and turn yourself in. If you know where Mr. Taran is and are found to be harboring or aiding him in any way, be assured we will investigate and lay charges as appropriate. If you have any information that can lead us to the whereabouts of Mr. Taran, I'm encouraging you to please come forward. I'd like to thank all of the officers in our Homicide and Missing Persons Unit, officers from 42 Division and our supporting investigative and operational units who have worked day and night to make today possible. If you have any information that can help us find Milad Taran, please contact police or Crime Stoppers. I'm going to take some questions, but I will remind you this is an ongoing investigation, so as always, I'm limited in the answers that I can provide in order to protect the integrity of the work that's currently ongoing by our officers.
Did the victim and suspect know each other? Any reason we know why the victim was shot?
So the nature of the relationship between Mr. Harusha and Mr. Taran is still under investigation. We are actively investigating what that relationship is. I can tell you that there was some familiarity between the two of them, but beyond that, I'd be speculating at this point.
So can you just speak about how it unfolded? It sounds like it was a targeted shooting. Did you just roll up and open fire and flee?
Yeah, I mean, you've fairly accurately described the sequence of events. I'm not going to get into the specifics of exactly what transpired, but you've essentially described the actions as they unfolded.
Was Mr. Taran known to police prior? Any other convictions that we know of?
So I'm not going to speak to whether or not there was any criminal history with either Mr. Taran or Mr. Harusha at this time.
Has a weapon been recovered?
I'm not going to speak to whether or not we've recovered a weapon. I will tell you that there's certainly evidence of a firearms discharge at the scene, and we're following all of our investigative processes. All of that evidence is going to be analyzed and moving forward.
Do we believe that Taran is still in Toronto, still in Ontario, still in the country?
It's a great question. Like always, we take an evidence-based approach. I can tell you that there's no evidence to suggest that Mr. Taran has left the jurisdiction, but officers are actively investigating his whereabouts, and I can tell you that wherever the evidence leads us, you'll find officers.
Related to organized crime?
I don't have any evidence to suggest that. At this point, I'm going to suggest no.
So was he followed? Did Mr. Taran follow him in a vehicle, or was he laying waiting and approach the vehicle on foot?
That's a part of the investigation that I don't want to speak to. I can tell you that the interaction occurred in the area where the officers responded, and that's about all I'm prepared to say.
So you saw what was seen with the driver's side window, it looks like he stepped right up to the car, but it's not like he was in his own car shooting from a distance.
I can tell you that at some point, Mr. Tarrant did exit his vehicle. That's correct.
Did Mr. Tarrant act alone?
At this point, we're not looking for any other suspects, but as I'm sure you can all appreciate, we are early on in the investigation. If the evidence suggests that there are other people that are responsible for this event, certainly they'll be investigated and charges will be laid where appropriate.
What's the effect on the victim? Is he married? Does he have children?
I can tell you that Mr. Harusha has a family that is devastated. He has friends. The loss has left a hole in this family, and one of the reasons we're here today, in addition to making you aware of Mr. Tarrant's involvement, is to support the family and to let them know that we are here to seek justice for Mr. Harusha.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, everyone. That now concludes our press conference. As the detective sergeant said, anyone with information is asked to please contact police or Crime Stoppers at 416-222-TIPS.